slut online is the same as having another wife. I was young too in the past. I remember being super young thinking, well, sure, I'm married to Cookie over here. This is Cookie. I married her. And this is how you know when you're doing it, right? This is how brothers do it. They go beat the hoe and have sex with her, right? And then as soon as the sex is over, they go, yeah, you know it, you're my wife now. Yeah. Yeah, we married. Oh, yeah, I see I'm Israelite. He's right here on my shoulder. And the hoe go, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, my name is actually Bakar, and we married now because sex is marriage in the Bible. And the hoe goes, I don't know what the hell you talking about, Timothy. And you go, you don't want to be married to me? All right, then. All right. I tried to tell you. Who are you fooling, man? Who do you think you fooling? God? The Lord sees what you did. The Lord sees that you knew this woman would not stay with you. And so you just tell her you're an Israelite after you have sex, knowing that she is not a woman that will ever be an Israelite and will respect it. And so you know she's going to leave you. And let me tell you what some of you dummies don't know. Some of those hoes, you're going to say, yeah, I'm an Israelite. She's going to go, really? What is that about? Tell me all about it, because I'm staying with you and I'm keying your car and I'm cutting all your clothes up and you're my husband. And you're going to be like, what? You staying? That's going to shock you. Because that whole Cookie going to be like, you an Israelite? What is that? You know what? I'm staying with you. Tell your other wife about me. Matter of fact, I'll call her. I'm going to tell your other wife about me because you married Cookie today. When am I getting my Hebrew name? When am I getting this? And the Cookie is going to stay with you and call your other wife on the phone and tell her that now you married the Cookie, you're waiting on your Hebrew name, and you're going to go, damn, this ain't what I thought I was getting myself into.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're one.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
I'ma show him it's the difference. I'ma only say this once, you better listen. When West is where it started, so you know that's where it finished. We got one main objective, nigga, let's complete the mission. We explaining what the who, lead them bitches in they feelings. Snub on me, only time I put my nose inside your business. I don't want my gun to show, so I wear my shirt bigger. This is our world, cause if this was your world, I'd be the villain. Break his whole block down, all I gotta do is bend and stuff in Mac shell drums. Turn your crib to Sunday dinner. You don't live here, you visit, this my shit, it's a difference. I don't do lean, Lobos in my cup is what I'm sipping. I don't do dreams, I just say a prayer, go and get it. And it all work out, you know this ain't for play, this ain't for fun. I've been destined for this shit, niggas know that I'm the one. This shit can go 100 yards, you would think I kicked the punt. You would think I had a flare gun on go, you niggas run. They like he an Israelite, all he rap about is guns. Bitch, I'm an Israelite that own a lot of guns. What that nigga said who? Tell him watch the grind. Yeah, you must be crazy if you ever think of stopping mine. Knock all of the chains out you niggas, make them drop a dime. This tourist hold 12, it is not a zodiac sign. Piss me off, get me in my bag, make me drop a bomb. Drop a nuke, make the world freeze, I can stop the time. Watch what you do, cause once you do it, you can press rewind. On purpose, I do the opposite, so nigga cross the line. This is different, I ain't looking for trouble, but on point, case you think I rap. Turn them to to a vegetable. Lead this nigga Cabbage Patch. No new niggas with me. If you see him, then they got my back. Got it out the mud, big steppin'. You can see the tracks. Follow me. I could teach you something. Have her see relax. If you gon' speak on anything, just make sure it's fact. It's a difference. We are not the same. Help them notice that. Pay attention. Watch how we move. We can know we can't hang around all real niggas and we move as one. This ain't Fortnite. Get into it. Ain't no 1v1. The smoke I bring to you, you can't take it in with your lung. Life about warfare. We just make it look fun. She asked what kind of oil I got on. I told her give him some. When West the only real niggas left, you better get you one. Chicken shop giving out wings if I pull a drum. It's a difference. You better watch your words before you eat your tongue. Scrape the whole plate, not a trace nor leave a crumb. Ice falling off the watching chain like it's freezer burn. Daring somebody to say my name, I will eat to him. Loyalty means everything, so I don't eat with them.
You ain't no Israelite, bitch, you a gospelite, bitch. Fuck you talking about? If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. Why the hoe wanna take my piece? All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a host of it and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a priest holding. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with that fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip look like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in a temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you squirm off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot, they like to claim leadership, they like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above when they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority, they don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that let bygone be. Boy, ass you to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I tell you once more tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed the year for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know that it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass see the props. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and no, boy, your ass need to stop it, ass see the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we'll pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no token when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't she the prophets? That baby so belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Therefore will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. The ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why it exists, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga.
Shalom, Yahweh Shemi, Yahweh Shai, Rock the Thumb, Yahweh Shai, Priest and Officer, I'm a Wanga Bar, Tuesday night Brotherhood class, ISUPK, started at 1 West on the 25th Street, New York, under Commander Honor. What we come out to do is teach Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians who they are according to the Bible that our oppressor, the devil Bible speaks of. And tonight, that's what the class is going to be about tonight, is who is God's chosen people. And basically, we're going to just pull out some scriptures to show you there's undenying proof that this is talking about Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. There's no way possible this could be talking about anybody else. You feel me? Like, that lie is done away with. The white Jewish man is going to war. He's getting up out of that land because that's our land that we're supposed to be in. You feel me? But yeah, tonight, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go into a few scriptures just to talk about it. But if I could, let's read this article. This first article. We are hearing changes in the Ukraine.
Kind of what kind of say? We're hearing changes in rhetoric. Ukraine war update, October 21st. Zelensky says U.S. is on board with victory plan. Serbian president talks to Putin for the first time since 2022.
Right.
North Korean missile reveals western parts.
Hold on, wait, Salaki. I'm gonna have to really put it back up. If I could. Yeah, but basically this what this article is just really just going into is about how they really over there still helping Ukraine. Feel me? Black people right now is suffering, but Ukraine is over there getting a whole boatload of help. Real talk.
U.S. offers $10 million for info on Russian interference. On Sunday, Serbian President Alexander Vučić.
Yeah, I can't read it either. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know nothing was going on. None of that. Real talk.
Spoke to Russian leader Vladimir Putin for the first time since shortly after the full-scale invasion of Ukraine began.
Now, where say that guy from again?
Serbia.
He's from Serbia. Now, what you got to know about Serbia? Okay, America right now is in like a fake war right now with Russia. Feel me? And he's thanking Putin for his help. But America since 1998, they didn't gave $1.8 billion to Serbia. Feel me? Serbia is somebody that was rocking with America, but right now they rocking with Putin. So they didn't gave the Serbians $1.8 billion. since 1998. And they ain't gave black people nothing. You feel me? You voting for no reason. All this voting black people done since 1998, and we ain't never got $1.8 billion to rebuild the black community, to help push for jobs, some type of businesses, opening up businesses, no taxes for 7 years like they do to immigrants. We ain't get none of that. Feel me? We got absolutely none of that. You go ahead.
Yes, like I said, if I just wanted to add something from May said to rebuild the shit that they destroyed.
Right, rebuild the stuff that they destroyed. That's crazy, right? Real talk. But they sent 1.8 billion since 1998 to Serbia, who was supposed to be an ally, who is now dealing with Russia, who Russia is like in a fake open war with America.
Discussing the war, an upcoming BRICS summit, and of course, Russian supplies of fuel to Belgrade.
Right, and that's that BRICS. That BRICS is what they've been talking about, how they getting away from the American dollar. It's basically the American dollar. If they get this off the ground, the American dollar won't mean nothing. You know, you going to work, you're getting a 401k, you're getting all your stocks and bonds, and all that ain't gonna mean nothing. You feel me? If they get this BRICS going right.
Although Serbia followed suit with other European countries after the invasion and seeking alternative fuel sources, the country remains greatly reliant on Moscow for its energy.
Right.
I particularly thank President Putin for ensuring that Russia will provide sufficient quantities of gas for Serbia this winter, Vucic said on social media.
Right. So America is helping a country, you feel me, that's also cool with somebody that they is at war with right now. That's called that's a traitor. You feel me? You giving $1.8 billion to somebody that basically just traded on you. You feel me? Somebody threw a little more money in their face.
Serbia has long been a firm Kremlin ally, but as Belgrade vies for European Union membership, it has tampered its relationship with Moscow since the February 22 invasion began. Vucic has condemned the violation of Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, but it has stopped short of agreeing to sanctions on Russia, especially oil and gas.
Right, that's something that's needed. Oil and gas, and Russia got it. And that's why when they first got into it with Russia, America is what I'm speaking on. When they first got into it with Russia, that's why gas went up. Because America didn't want to use their reserves. So gas went up.
Serbia still has to decide whether to attend next week's BRICS summit.
Right. So they basically in and out. They don't really know whose side they want to side with. Because if they go, that means they side with Russia all the way, and they're not dealing with America no more. And Serbia is like a country inside of the Middle East who America can use, to see what's going on over there.
Which was founded by Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and is joined by 4 others.
Right. Yeah, that's some big heavy hitters. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. All these different countries is in with Russia on this BRICS to get rid of the American dollar. So the American dollar don't mean nothing.
Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the UAE.
Right. What the sister say, Salakia, if I may, America has 2 faces. Yeah, that's a fact. Real talk. There you go.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add that I remember Commander General Johanna saying probably about 3-4 years ago that Ethiopia was going to get in this thing before anybody even do anything about it.
And they in it, ain't it? Commander Johanna is a prophet. Clap it up for Commander Johanna. He is a prophet. You hear me? Real talk.
The meeting will take place October 22nd through the 24th in the Russian city of Kazan and aims to strengthen the partnership, economic security, and political ties.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They ain't even hiding this. They ain't even hiding what they doing. They in open rebellion against America. You feel me? All these different countries in open rebellion against America. And these are all countries that America helped once upon a time. That's the funny part. America helped all these countries once upon a time, and now, you feel me? They is in open rebellion against America. But America has not once helped the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Has not once tried to help us get up. You feel me? What they say, pull yourself up by your bootstrap. That's what they told us to do. But they sent these countries billions of dollars over the last 50-some years. These countries received maybe trillions of dollars from aid and help from America. But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians ain't seen nothing. I wonder why. Real talk.
Future signaled last week that it is not interested in joining BRICS and favors EU membership instead.
Right.
Although the administration has also floated the idea of belonging to both, the Kremlin said it is still waiting for official response to the invitation. If I say I'm not, so I need to keep cutting that.
No, you good. You good. We ended with that because that was the whole point of that article. The whole point of that article was to show you that countries that America has sent trillions of dollars to over the last few years is now in open rebellion against America. They in open rebellion against America, and Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians sitting here still looking for a WIC check, still looking for link to go up. We still looking for food to go down, and the schools to get better. We still like trying to figure out what's gonna happen, and I mean, ain't nothing happening. Real talk. You feel me? And ain't nothing gonna happen because Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, the only person gonna help us is the Most High. You feel me? They got their help. They got the BRICS Summit. They got the European Union. They got all the stuff they need. We sitting here looking for a handout and ain't getting it. Like real talk. We gotta sell drugs and scam and everything just to get up in the world. You feel me? But they getting sent trillions of dollars to, stimulate their economy and stuff like that. Yeah, we go to that last article about the Cubans, who is also God's chosen people. Now, let's see if the Cubans is getting the same type of help that everybody else was getting.
CBS News: many Cubans still waiting for power to return after days of blackout.
They ain't got no power. They still waiting for power. You feel me? They waiting for power. They can't watch the TV show Power if they wanted to. They can't even see what happened with Tyreek and Monet. You feel me? Like real talk. There's nothing happening. The Cubans they don't have no power. It's a blackout. Nobody trying to help. Real talk.
Many Cubans were waiting in anguish on Sunday as electricity on much of the island is yet to be totally restored after days of blackout.
God damn, think about that, going days without no electricity. Electricity is used for everything nowadays. Like real talk.
Some neighborhoods and electricity restored in Cuba's capital, where 2 million people live, but most of Havana remained dark. The impact of the blackout goes beyond lighting, as services like water supply also depend on electricity to run pumps.
That's why I say everything is dependent on. Ain't nobody got no wells. Ain't nobody going to get no water from no well and none of that stuff no more. Electricity, everything is built off electricity, man. You feel me? Them hurricanes is destroying that country. But the thing is, I mean, that's just it's called a natural disaster for a reason. There's just nothing you can do about it. But the thing about it is they ain't getting no help. What's going on in Serbia wasn't a natural disaster. America sent them $1.8 billion since 1998. And what they went through was not a natural disaster. You feel me? It's just somebody is God's chosen people, and somebody is not. It's just that simple. Somebody's God chosen people and somebody is not. Somebody is going to get help from America and all these different countries, and somebody is just ain't. Real talk.
People resorted to cooking with improvised wood stoves on the streets before the food went bad in refrigerators. The failure of the Antonio Gutierrez plant on Friday, which caused the collapse of the island's whole system, was just the latest in a series of problems with energy distribution in a country where electricity has been restricted and rotated to different regions at different times of the day.
Right. So basically, the Cubans have been resorted back to the Stone Age in 2024. You feel me? The Cubans is God's chosen people. They cooking in pots with wood and fire. You feel me? Real talk. They're gonna be ready for World War III. You feel me? All these other countries, India and Russia, they're not gonna be ready. You feel me? They ain't gonna know what to do when they gotta live like this every day. You feel me? They going through it because of a natural disaster. You feel me? But all these other nations is gonna go through it because God did it. This stuff that they doing to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they letting slide to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They doing this because they hate us, because we God's chosen people. It's no other reason why. Why else would you not send $1 trillion to Cuba to fix their economy, but you sent it to Serbia? Don't even make sense.
People lined up for hours on Sunday morning to buy bread in the few bakeries that could reopen.
Come on, man, stop. They can't even get no bread. Cuba, you ain't even know this was going on. You ain't even know this was happening to the Cubans. You feel me? Real talk. Cause all they showing you is Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. You ain't know the Cubans ain't got no power.
Some Cubans, like Rosa Rodriguez, have been without electricity for 4 days.
4 days. Come on, man. You can't go 24 hours without electricity. You calling the LG&E. You blowing their phone up. Well, turn my power back on. Well, we have a tree down, miss. We'll be there in a minute. We have a tree down, sir. Your Wi-Fi cut off. You call in Spectrum and AT&T. You feel me? You don't know what to do. This lady been without power for 4 days.
We had millions of problems, and none of them are solved, said Rodriguez. We must come to get bread because the local bakery is closed, and they bring it from somewhere else.
Right. She said we got millions of problems, and ain't none of them getting solved. Nobody's gonna help the Cubans. Why would they help the Cubans? They God's chosen people. Just call the Most High. You feel me? Or call on Tyrone. You feel me? Do whatever you got to do. That's how they look at us. That's how they look at blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Y'all got God on y'all side. Well, call him and see. Call him and see if he answers for you, because we not helping you.
About half of Cuba was plunged into darkness on Thursday evening, followed by the entire island on Friday morning after one of the plants failed. Besides the Antonio Gutierrez plant, whose failure on Friday affected the entire national system, Cuba has had several others, and it wasn't immediately clear whether they remained functional.
So yeah, they just going through hell. They going through hell. So read that last paragraph and we'll drop it. It's kind of heavy. The
blackout was considered to be Cuba's worst in 2 years after Hurricane Ian made landfall as a Category 3 storm in 2022.
Right, so this ain't even nothing new. This ain't even nothing new. This is something Cuba got to go through because they in the middle of the goddamn ocean. They got to keep the Cubans, the Jamaicans, the Puerto Ricans, they got to keep going through this. You feel me? Because they in the middle of the goddamn ocean and they ain't getting no help. All these rich countries ain't giving them no help. It's Cubans over here right now is the reason why America is flourishing. You feel me? It's Cubans, it's Jamaicans, it's Puerto Ricans over here, and they the reason why America is flourishing. But they ain't sending no money back to their home country to help them. America ain't even trying to help them at all.
It took days for the government to fix it. This year, some homes have spent up to 8 hours a day without electricity.
Come on, man. I'm sorry. 8 hours a day without electricity, you would lose your goddamn mind. You would lose your mind if you had to go 8 hours without electricity. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, but that's because they God's chosen people. And that's the only answer. There's no other answer. It's a lot. There's no other answer at all. Yeah, so you can drop that. Let's go to Psalms 83 and start at verse 1.
Come. The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1. A psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Right. So now this is a psalm. You feel me? Which basically is like a song, like a poem. You feel me? That King David is writing about his enemies. You feel me? He writing this about his enemies because this is how it's always been. You feel me? Since the beginning of time, since we've been on this planet, since we've been a nation of people, nobody never liked us. They always hated us. You feel me? And they made sure to keep us away from our God. You feel me? So we wouldn't have no strength. We wouldn't have no power to protect us because we ain't going to have bricks. BRICS ain't coming for black people. You feel me? The European Union is not coming for black people. You can forget it. You feel me? It's not gonna work. Anything that you thought was gonna help black people get from underneath the white man's foot is not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Verse 2, for lo, that enemies make a tumult.
Right. The enemies make a tumult, which is a loud noise. It's a loud noise. You feel me? Like they really, really mad and raging.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Right. And that's what's happening. You feel me? These people hate us because they hate God. We God's chosen people. We his representation on earth. You feel me? We the Most High in Christ representation on earth. They hate us because they hate God. They hate God because they wasn't chosen. They wasn't picked to rule this planet forever. Hold on, wait, it's a lie. And they lifted up their head, which means they proud. You feel me? These nations of people, they proud right now with their gods, all they fake gods, their religion, all their philosophy. You feel me? All their historians, all that stuff is coming to nothing. Real talk.
Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Some white lady named Beth said, you are blocked. Well, Beth, I'm going to tell you this. You blocked from ever getting into the kingdom. You feel me? You blocked from ever learning how to season chicken properly. You blocked from ever learning how to wash yourself properly. You feel me? Real talk. You are blocked from all the blessings that the children of Israel brought to this goddamn planet. Real talk. It's a lot. Go ahead. It's a lot. All the time. Yeah, it's a lot.
Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off.
Verse 3, Salaki.
Salaki. They have taken, verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And this was King David singing about. This is a song. He's saying, like, they take a crafty counsel against thy people. What is that? United Nations. Ain't no black people in the United Nations. But you got everybody else there. And now you got the BRICS. Well, you got India and Russia and South America and Serbia teeter-tottering. They don't know what they want to do. You got all these different nations that's not black or Hispanic and all these different unions. And we sitting here at the bottom of every society like, damn, where we get our crumb at? We ain't getting one because they took crafty counsel against thy people. It's happening right now.
And consulted against thy hidden.
And that's what they did, man. They consulted. They came up with a bunch of different laws. That's what happened. They came up with a bunch of different laws, a bunch of different sanctions, all type of different stuff. You feel me? Against black people, to keep black people down. Ain't that what they did with Seneca Village? You feel me? Wasn't that a black part of New York? And they turned it into damn what is that park called? Central Park. And then ironic, years later, now you got the Central Park 5 with some white lady to get raped by some rapist, and they blamed it on a bunch of black kids. You feel me? And that's what happened. They take crafty counsel against us, and they consulted against the hidden ones. We the hidden ones. You feel me? We the lost, chosen people of God. We found now. But they definitely tried to hide who we was. Real talk. You keep going. We're going all the way to 15. We're going to read the whole chapter.
Oh, God. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Right, and they consulted against our hidden ones. Real talk.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name Israel may no more be in remembrance.
Right, and that's what they want to do. They want to cut the name of Israel off, that it be no more in remembrance. Real talk. That's exactly what they wanted.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Right. But hold on, wait. And what they wanted us to be no more in remembrance. That's why when we came over here in slavery, you feel me? They killed the fathers. They was killing the fathers and killing anybody that would rebel. That's what you got to understand about black people that was getting hung. Black people that was getting hung, Hispanics that was getting hung, that was bad business. You know, that's bad business. Think about like firing all your employees. That's bad business. You might want to fire one to make an example, but you're not going to fire all of them to make an example. And that's just like what they was doing when they was hanging Negroes and Hispanics and Native Indians, it was to make everybody else fall in line because they was either rebelling or they wasn't going with the status quo of what they wanted everybody to do. You feel me? And they wanted us no more remembers. They wanted our name gone. They wanted our name gone. That's why we call white people names today. Everybody, if you look at your ID, is a white person's name or a Spaniard's name. You feel me? But who were you before that? You know why you don't know? Because you are the hidden ones. You feel me? You are the hidden ones. Real talk.
Verse 5. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Right. They confederate against thee. Right. They came up against us. That's why when you look at all these different unions, you're wondering what black people fit in at. Black people, the greatest people on earth. We invented everything. We do everything to make this country, this world go around. But we ain't in none of these elite businesses or none of this stuff. You know why? Because they consulted together against us and they confederate against us.
Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom.
Right. Now he's finna name the nations of people. Just like we just named the India, South Africa, Ethiopia, you feel me? Iran, all these different nations is and all these different groups doing stuff that we don't even know what the hell they doing. We don't know what's going on in the BRIC Summit. They just said this in October 22nd. Can I get an invite? Can you invite me? I would like to show up to the BRIC Summit so I can see what the hell y'all talking about. But we ain't invited to the party. We ain't invited to the party.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Right, which is white people.
And the Ishmaelites.
Ishmael, that's Arabs. That's them Arab nations.
Of Moab.
Chinese people. That's the Chinese people today.
And the Hagarenes.
Hagarenes, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's some group of Africans, if I ain't mistaken. I could be wrong with that. But you could just look up their names in the Bible dictionary and it'll tell you exactly what they is.
Verse 7. Gabal.
Mm-hmm.
And Ammon.
Ammon, now that's the Japanese people.
And Amalek.
Amalek is a tribe of Edom, which is right now today is the white Jewish man. And King David is just naming these different nations that's come up against us. They all came together to destroy us during his time. And what the Bible's saying, nothing new under the sun. And they doing it all again. So why is all these different nations coming together, but the blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians ain't invited to the party? Why we ain't invited? You hear me? Because they coming together to destroy us. Because we God's chosen people.
But the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Right, now the Philistines, that'll be the South Africans today. You feel me? Who also trying to join BRICS, and Tyre is just another group of Africans.
Verse 8, Assur also joined with them.
I forget exactly who they is, but like I said, you can look that up in the Bible dictionary.
They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah.
Right, now that's how you know this is a song when they say Selah. That's just like at the orchestra when they do like this and everybody stops singing and stuff. But at Children of Lot, that's talking about Moab and Ammon, which is the Japanese and the Chinese people. And you want to say it like that because they the two biggest nations. But of course, China come from the Qin dynasty, so it's more than just the Chinese people that's Moab. You feel me? You can count like the North Koreans and a bunch of different of those Asian countries is Moab. But China coming from the Qin dynasty is like the biggest family inside of Moab. So it's just easier to tell people that the children of Lot is Ammon and Moab, which is the Chinese and the Japanese.
Verse 9, do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Right, the Midianites. That was a nation of people that came up against us and they all died.
As to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon.
More nations that came up against us and died. This was what King David is praying for. This is what he asking the Lord to do. You asking for peace. You praying for peace. King David was preparing. He was praying for war. Why y'all think we crazy? Because we pray for World War III. We know World War III is going to be a bad day. It's going to be a very, very bad day. A lot of black people are going to die too. Because a lot of black people is going to want to ride with these white folks. But at the end of the day, it has to happen so everything can get back in order.
Verse 10, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth.
Right, they became like fertilizer. Their bodies, their corpses became fertilizer. In real talk.
Verse 11, make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes as Zebah and as Zalmunna.
Right. So King David is asking for all their princes, all their leaders, all the people that you worshiping are these heathens, to make them like nothing. Make them to be as nothing. And that's what's going to happen. You hear me? That's what's going to happen. All these leaders, all these people you thought was going to help you get out of your situation is going to become nothing.
Verse 12, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
The what?
The houses of God in possession.
That's what they wanted to do. All these nations of people, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to put the houses of God in possession. Who are the houses of God? The 12 tribes of Israel. Who are the 12 tribes of Israel? Just think about right now. If all you got to do is think about who is in somebody's possession. What nation of people is under another people and it can't seem like they can get away from them? Because that's what a possession means. That means you belong to somebody else. What nation of people have belonged to somebody else? Famously, nobody but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You hear me? And we God's possession, and they then took us into their possession.
Verse 13, oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind.
Right. Make them basically like just destroy them. You feel me? Roll over them.
Verse 14, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
Right. This is what King David is praying for. He's praying for this to happen because all these people is coming up against us, and we don't have no help. We don't have no help. You feel me? You going to school to be a real estate agent. It's not gonna stop white people from having a foot on your neck. You feel me? They gonna sign one law and take all your houses away. You a real estate agent, cool. You're making a lot of money. You think you made it in this world. You think you better than other black people. They gonna sign one piece of paper and come take all them houses from you. And then you're gonna be looking like, damn, the white man is the devil. Real talk.
Verse 15, so persecute them with that tempest and make them afraid with that storm.
Right, and that's what's gonna have to happen. That's what's happening right now with the hurricanes. The hurricanes, the weather. The white man can't stop the rain. You hear me? He can't stop that. I ain't gonna lie to you. He can't stop none of that. He can't stop the weather. He's been trying to fight the weather, got all the type of different machines and all type of different radio satellites to try to stop the weather. It's not happening. Everybody keep talking about global warming. Ain't no damn global warming. It's God. You sitting there thinking a white man is controlling the weather. He called her, you a goddamn idiot. The white man created the hurricane. You giving him too much power. That's what you done done. You done gave the white man too much power, and you need to take it back. That's all I'm saying. Real talk. So yeah, let's drop that. That's also one of the prayers we read at the Sabbath service. And give me real talk. But yeah, go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 20.
Come. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Hath not God made foolish the wisdom of this world?
Right. And that's what they asking. You feel me? And where is the disputer of this world? Somebody has to be disputing this stuff. All this stuff that the so-called white man is doing, the African is doing, somebody has to be disputing that. You feel me? And that's what we doing in the ISUPK and the Comanche Hunter. We disputing all goofy activity. You feel me? All unlawful activity, we disputing it. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 21. But after that, in wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God.
Right. The world by wisdom, they knew not God. The wisdom of this world, they don't know God. You feel me? They don't know nothing about God. You feel me? But we do. And we understand the Most High. But to them, the wisdom of the Most High is foolish. Everything we teach, they say that is foolish. You feel me? Real talk. Everything that we teach that's come straight out of the Bible, they say is nonsense. You feel me? When whole time it'll save your life. Real talk.
It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Right, by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. You feel me? And preaching is just teaching. That's all that means. It's just teaching. And that's all we do is just teach the truth about God, but because of the wisdom of this world, what we teach is foolish. We tell you stop smoking. You tell us it's from the earth. That's what you say. You say it's from the earth. We tell you to stop smoking, stop getting high. You say it's from the earth. We've been telling men to stop having sex with other men's women. They just found 2 men killed in Dallas the last 2 weeks. We've been trying to tell you to stop doing the stuff that the world is telling you is okay. You hear me? But you look at us like it's foolish.
Verse 22, for the Jews require a sign.
Right, because that's the problem. That's one thing about us. You hear me? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You are the Jews. You are the Israelites. But the thing about you is, I ain't gonna say you, Salaki. The thing about us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need a sign. You hear me? We need a sign to tell us the truth rather than listening to the preaching or the teaching that the Most High left here for us. Instead of listening to that, we want to go look at the zodiac signs. We want to do 23andMe. 23andMe telling you from Ireland. You're from the middle of the hood. You from the projects. Your grandmama was from the projects, but you over there in Ireland trying to find your lost relatives, man. Because that's us. That's what we do. We need a sign to tell us. We can't just go off the teachings of the Most High. We've been like that since forever. That's how these nations was able to come up against us, real talk.
And the Greeks seek after wisdom.
Right, and the Greeks seek after wisdom, real talk. And of course, the Greeks is talking about is black people, Hispanics that was living like the Greeks, just like black people was living like Americans right now. And you seeking after the wisdom of America. You hear me? You think the wisdom of America is better than what we telling you out this Bible. You say the Bible is outdated. You feel me? Well, it's stuff that the Bible been said not to do that scientists is now saying in 2024. You probably shouldn't have never done that. So like, you probably shouldn't have never done that, but y'all been doing it since America been around. Real talk. You go ahead.
Hey, so like I said, if I may, what'd you say a couple weeks back in the class? Well, like it was 3 strips of bacon will up your chance for cancer by like 18%.
18%. 4 strips of bacon up, you getting 18% chance of getting cancer, and you try to be slick and eat 2 pieces. They say it's 9%. That's what the scientists say, but the Bible said that 4,000 years ago. Just don't even touch it. Real talk. That's crazy. We're going all the way to 25.
Count. Verse 23, but we preach Christ crucified, unto the Jews a stumbling block, and unto the Greeks foolishness.
Right. So we teaching about Christ being crucified. Basically, we teaching about what Christ died for. You feel me? He died to keep the law for Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, to keep the law. You feel me? To keep brotherhood, to not be hating each other, to come together. That's what Christ died for. But unto Jews, it's a stumbling block because they didn't believe Christ was even his son. You feel me? When that's really not even true, they just didn't want to lose their power. The leaders at the time didn't want to lose their power. And that's just like us right now. We coming out to teach the truth about God, truth about Christ, how Christ is black. You feel me? How he came to save Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. And until the leaders of Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, that's a stumbling block to the pastors, to the Farrakhan, you feel me? To the Egyptologists, to anybody that got a following. You feel me? Anybody that got a following, they got black people following them, it's a stumbling block. What we teach.
Verse 24.
And unto the Greeks foolishness. And that's anybody that's living like the Americans. All you high class Negroes and uppity Negroes. This is foolish. What we teach is foolishness to them. It's a stumbling block to the religious leaders, and to the uppity niggas, it's just foolishness. Like, come on, why are they dressed like that? What are they doing? Right, get a job. Like all that goofy stuff. It's foolishness to them.
Verse 24. But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ, the power of God and the wisdom of God.
Right. Go ahead.
Count. Verse 25. But the foolishness of God is wiser than men.
Right, and that's the thing. You feel me? That's the thing. Christ tried to get Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians back to serving the Lord. It's the whole point. The whole point, come back to serving the Lord. Bond us back with the Most High, like how we was from the beginning, how it was supposed to be in the beginning. You feel me? And the foolishness of God is wiser than men. You feel me? The foolishness of God is wiser than men. The stuff that you think is foolish is wiser than anything you could think of. You feel me? Anything you can think of, you smarter than anybody in the world. There's nobody in the world that's smarter than you if you following God. If you serving God for real, like we do in ISUPK and the Commander Hunter, ain't nobody wiser than you, man. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than men. You feel me? They don't know why you dressing the way you dressing, why you eating what you eating, why you moving what you moving. They think it's foolishness. The whole time it's wiser than anything they do every day.
And the weakness of God is stronger than me.
Right. And the stuff that's weak, the stuff that you might think is weak, you feel me? The stuff you think that is weak is stronger than men. You feel me? Everything your family telling you, your family members, your friends in the world, everybody trying to get you out the truth, when really the stuff that they think is weak that you doing is stronger than them. That's why they got 5 baby daddies. You feel me? That's why they got 5 baby mamas. All 5 baby mamas got them on child support. They trying to tell you what you should do. You feel me? They sitting there thinking they wiser than you, trying to drop some game, rolling up a blunt. You feel me? Real talk. Like the foolishness of God is wiser than men. The weakness of God is stronger than men. Like real talk. You stronger than anybody that's in the world if you serving God for real. Real talk.
Verse 26.
Oh no, we could drop that. Let's go to Ezekiel 16 and 9.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 9. Then wash I thee with water. Yea, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil.
Right. So this is during the time where most of the time, that's what I say, most of the time we sinned against God. Majority of the time we spent on this planet, we sinned against God. We never was really unified with the Most High. We was more unified with the heathens than we was with the Most High. But the Most High always sent out prophets to come get us. You feel me? To come change us. And that's why he's saying, like, I washed you with water. Basically, like, I cleaned you. You feel me? I cleansed you. And he washed away the blood. The blood is unclean. Blood is where all the diseases and stuff is at. That's why if a woman is on her menstrual, she unclean. If you touch somebody that's got blood on them, you unclean. And dead bodies, you can't be around, because that's where the disease is at. So what he's saying when he's saying wash away the blood, he's saying you clean now. You feel me? You ain't that wicked person that you was before I came and found you. And when he say I anointed thee with oil, that's our custom. That's our culture to do that. You feel me? To show that you was blessed by the Most High. Like real talk. We're going all the way to 15.
Verse 10. And I clothed thee also with broider work, and shod thee with badger skin, and I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk. Right.
Basically saying like I cleaned you up, you know. You took off them dirty, worn out garments. Well, you took off the white man's suit, you feel me? His slave uniform that you wear every day. He took all that off of you and he put on you a fine, nice garment. You feel me? Of the Lord. Put on your culture. You taking off these heathens' culture and putting back on yours.
Verse 11. And I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hand and a chain on thy neck.
Right. And tonight's class is about who is God's chosen people. You feel me? What people do you know that wear bracelets on their hands and chains on their neck? Just thinking about it right off the dome, right off the top of the head. When you think about who wear bracelets and chains, it's black people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, that's just what we do. You will have brothers that have a watch on with a bracelet. You feel me? And a chain on their neck. That's not white people culture. You feel me? That's why I don't get mad I hate when I see like people get mad at the rappers for wearing too much jewelry. I'm like, for what you mad for? That's our culture. That's how we always did. Just because you can't afford it and stuff, that don't mean you can be mad at them because they wearing a bunch of chains and watches and bracelets. That's our culture. They be saying, man, y'all should be buying real estate. You buying a chain. You supposed to be buying real estate. Man, look, all right, that's our culture. A nigga will buy a chain before he buy a house. Ain't that what Kanye West said? Mm-hmm. Kanye West said he bought a chain before he bought a house. Like, real talk. This is talking about black people, man. Real talk.
Verse 12, and I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in our ears,
Mm-hmm.
and a beautiful crown upon their head.
Right, that's right. He's basically saying, like, I cleansed you, coming back to your culture. You feel me? Real talk. And that's what we doing in African Commander Johanna, man. We cleaning people up. Feel me? And bringing them back to their culture for real. But our culture looks foolish to the world. You feel me? Our wisdom look foolish to the world when actually the littlest of our wisdom is mightier than any man or woman and whatever they think. Real talk.
Verse 13. Thus was thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, and broider work.
Right, embroidery work. That's talking about embroidery. You feel me? That's another thing that's our culture, embroidery. That's why we have a lot of clothes and stuff that we make that's embroidery. Matter of fact, in the Hebrew Academy jackets is embroidery this year. Real talk.
Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil.
Right.
And thou was exceedingly beautiful, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
Right, and that's what's gonna happen when we serve the Lord. When we serve the Lord, all this wicked stuff, all the women out there with titty tape and see-through dresses, all the men with skinny jeans and purses, that's going out the window. And that is what this scriptures is talking about, like real talk. All that stuff is going out the window, and we're gonna prosper into a kingdom. Because the Lord is waiting on us. You waiting on the kingdom, the Lord waiting on you. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 14, and thy renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty.
Right, and that's what happened. The renown, that's talking about the people that's the high and mighty. You feel me? The P. Diddy's, the Jay-Z's, you feel me? The Dr. Dre's, the Creflo Dollars, all the people that's renowned, the people that have like a status. You feel me? They going after the heathen for their beauty. You feel me?
For it was perfect through my comeliness, which I have put upon thee, saith the Lord God.
Right. And that's a fact. You feel me? Real talk. The renown is going after the ways of the heathens. And when they do that, that make everybody else want to follow.
Verse 15, but thou didst trust in thy own beauty, and playest the harlot because of thy renown.
Right, and that's what I'm talking about. You feel me? You ain't trusting your own beauty. You feel me? And that's what we don't do as blacks, Hispanics, and everything. You see the women wearing blonde wigs. You feel me? The women wearing blonde wigs, bleaching their skin. You feel me? The men, all the men want to get a white girl, say if it ain't foreign, it's boring. You feel me? All that. You feel me? We don't even trust in our own beauty.
And pourest out thy fornications on every one that passed by.
Right. And they say we play as the harlots because of thy renown. That is talking about the leaders, the people that's real respected. You feel me? We play as the harlot, which is the hoe, which means we doing whatever these heathen nations is doing. We want to live like them, do whatever. We want to live by them. We don't even want to live in the hood no more. And don't get me wrong, I know the hood they got bad. It got really, really bad, but that's because of our oppressors did that. You feel me? Our oppressors that made the hood so bad that you don't even want to live there no more. You want to go live by them. When they child molesters, you feel me? They on the sex offender registry. You ain't even know it. You living right next to a child molester because you want to go live by our oppressor. You feel me? Real talk, because you don't want to live in the hood.
And pourest out thy fornications on everyone that passed by.
Right.
As it was.
And that's exactly what the renowned do. The black people that's in leadership, that's exactly what they do. They pour out the fornications. They doing it right now with the rap. Right now with the rap music and the movies, all that stuff, especially the Tubi movies. God damn. I had to stop watching the Tubi movies. I said, it's like soft porn. I ain't gonna even lie to you. At first, I was into the Tubi movie, like, yeah, this shit cracking. Black people making these good movies. I'm like, hold on, wait. I say, damn, it's like watching pornos and stuff. You feel me? But that's what the renowned do. They pouring out the fornication on everybody that passed by. You feel me? They say P. Diddy was pouring it out through baby oil. You feel me? They say he was pouring. They say he was putting some type of drug in the baby oil, though. I mean, that's hearsay, though. You know, don't stand in court. But that was crazy when I heard that. Yeah. So we could drop that. Let's go to Esther 7:2.
Come on. The book of Esther, chapter 7, verse 2. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition? Queen Esther.
Right. So now Esther, this was if I'm not mistaken, she was a Benjamite, because I know it say her uncle was, but it didn't say exactly what she was. So we could just hypothesize that she was a Benjamite too, because it say that she was his niece. He was her uncle. But she was married to the king of the Persian and the Medes, because we was in slavery in Persia. How did we get in slavery in Persia? The same way we got slavery in America, sinning against God. The same way we always been in slavery since we've been here is because we don't want to serve God. We want to follow the heathens. But this king is asking Esther, what two things do you want? What petition and what request do you want? Because now she was his queen.
And it shall be granted thee. And what is that request? And it should be performed, even to the half of the kingdom.
Even to the half of the kingdom. This sister was so solid and so bad. They say her beauty her beauty so famous. We talking about her in 2024. That's how beautiful Esther was, that we still talking about her in 2024. This is thousands of years ago.
Verse 3. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me in my petition.
Right, and my petition. So that's my petition. The petition is let my life be given. For what I'm about to say, I don't want to die for this, because this king was vicious. You feel me? I think his name was Osiris. I think they tried to portray him in that movie 300. But yeah, he was vicious. Like, he was killing people for nothing. You feel me? He was killing people for nothing. So she was just making sure that speaking to him and what she about to ask, that he don't kill her for it. So that's what the petition. Go ahead.
And my people of my request.
And that's what she requested, because he asked her what two things she want. And she said, my people. You feel me? Because at this time, they was about to kill all of the Israelites that was in slavery in Persia. All of them was about to die. And that's why we celebrate the Feast of Purim, because of this sister right here, because she saved Israel. You feel me? She saved Israel because, you know why? Because she trusted in her beauty. You feel me? She didn't trust in the heathen's beauty. She trusted in her beauty. She trusted in her God, and she trusted in her uncle Mordecai. Real talk.
Verse 4. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish.
Right. Now, so topic of tonight's class is, who is God's chosen people? Who was sold? Just off the top of the head. If you got to think off the top of the head, don't try to go and find no book where you read about some indentured servant or some Irish or some Italian that had to work to be free because of the boat ride over here to America. That's not what we talking about. When you think about somebody that was sold, somebody that was destroyed, somebody that was slain, it's only one people come to mind, and that's Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. There's nobody else even come to mind. This is happening all over again. Real talk.
Yes, like I said,
Oh, you go ahead.
when you said it was so heavy about the Irish and the Italians, they went into servitude willingly.
Right.
Like you said, to pay for the boat ride over here.
Right. Yeah, that's why they was called a indentured servant. They chose to do that. We didn't choose to go in slavery. They came and got us. They sent us back to Europe and wherever else. When they came over here and got the Native Indians, you feel me? Real talk. Sent us all over the world to be slaves. And nobody never realized that it was because of, we sinned against God. God wasn't with us.
But if we had been sold for bondmen and bond women,
right, slave man and slave woman,
I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage.
Right, he couldn't stop it. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 5, the king Osiris answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he, and where is he, that does presume in his heart to do so?
Right, so now that he realizing that his wife and her people was about to be murdered by some man that's in his court, and he like, hell no, then it's my woman. Her and her people, they good. But who is this that was about to kill all of y'all?
Verse 6, and Esther said, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman.
The wicked Haman. Feel me? Who was Haman? Haman was the one from the children of Amalek. Feel me? The so-called white Jewish man today. You know why Haman had such a hatred for us? Because they always hated us. The so-called white man hated us since the womb. You feel me? Since Jacob and Esau, the so-called white man, hated us. So him being high-ranking man in the Persian kingdom, he's saying the Israelites there. He said, we better kill all of them. This is my chance. This is my chance to get my get back. You feel me? Real talk. But it ain't worked that way because the Lord is always going to be with us in the end. And that's the moral of the story. The Lord going to be with us in the end. You feel me? All you got to do is watch and see. So black people, Hispanics, we look like we down and we ain't getting up and ain't nothing going to ever happen. All you got to do is just stay tuned. That's all you got to do is stay tuned and you will see.
Then Haman was afraid before the king and his queen.
Right, now he's scared. And that's how the so-called white man going to be. When the so-called white man realized that he had blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in slavery, because the elite know. But I'm talking about the everyday average white person. When they realized that they had black people in slavery all that time, they've been coming up with all these laws to oppress black people, and we God's chosen people the whole time, they are going to be afraid. You think we getting boot kisses now? That ain't nothing compared to when they all find out.
Verse 7, and the king arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath went into the palace garden, and Haman stood up to make requests for his life to ask to the queen.
Right, and that's what's gonna happen. All these heathens is gonna, when they find out who we are as a mass scale, is what I mean. When it's like openly known who we are, that's what they all gonna do. They all gonna request for their life. They all gonna beg for forgiveness. Real talk. Like this thing gonna change like overnight. It's gonna be like nothing. Like real talk.
For he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
Right. All right. So yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to Job 10 and 14.
Come. The book of Job, chapter 10, verse 14. If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity.
Right. So what Job is saying is that if I sin, like I can't hide it. Like I'm gonna be marked. I'm not gonna be hiding. There's no way I'm gonna be able to run. I can't run and hide away from the Lord. When you sin, and that's the truth. You hear me? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you ain't running and hiding away from this. You can have sex with all the white women you want. Them children that you have with them white women, they not getting away with what we did. What we did to the Most High was very evil, and the white man will call it treason. You feel me? For what we did to the Most High, and the penalty for treason in this country is like goddamn. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 15. If I be wicked, woe unto me.
Right.
And if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head.
Right. So he said, if I be wicked, man, destruction unto me. You feel me? And if I be righteous, I'm gonna lift up my head, which means I'm gonna have honor.
I am full of confusion. Therefore, see thou mine affliction.
Right. He confused. Job confused. He don't know what's going on. Because he like, man, I ain't sin. But so what is going on? Like he's over confused. Like real talk. It's like blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians right now. Black people's over confused, crying in all of the ghetto. We crying in every ghetto. We crying, getting higher than you can't get no more, because we just don't understand what happened. How did we get in this position? And I'm trying to tell you how we got in this position to where we crying every day. We waking up ready to die, waking up getting high, popping pills, all that. It's because we sinned against the Most High. We God's chosen people. The Most High is only going to do that to us. Everybody else is going to prosper. They're going to live. They're going to have kingdoms. They're going to be ruling while we suffering.
Verse 16, for it increaseth, thou huntest me as a fierce lion.
Right. He's saying this like that, and that's what's happening. To Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, that's what's happening to us. It's like we getting hunted. You feel me? Every time we think we getting up, we fall back down. Think we get up, fall back down. This is us. This is happening to us because the Lord he's hunting us like a lion. Real talk.
And again, thou showest thyself marvelous upon me.
Ain't that what people say? God is good. You feel me? God is good. You feel me? That's black people all the time. So like, that's black people all the time, man. We sitting here suffering, going through hell, but like, man, it is what it is. You feel me? Man, I can't complain. It is what because the Lord gonna be with us. That's just what's happened. As much stuff as we go through, somehow we end up saying that God is good. Somehow we end up saying that. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, because we know, you feel me, that the Lord is chasing after us like a lion. But then after a while, he'll let up. You feel me? He'll slow it down.
Verse 17, thou renewest thy witness against me and increase thy indignation upon me. Changes and war are against me.
Right, changes and war are against me. You feel me? This is happening to Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You feel me? It's like we at war spiritually every day. Mentally every day we at war. And we don't know why. We have no clue why. It never crossed our mind that we was the chosen people of God. It never crossed our mind because Christianity told you God love everybody. That was what Christianity said. Christianity say God loves everybody. So you can't fathom why you going through what you're going through, but white people and East Indians and everybody else is just living life prospering. You feel me?
Verse 18. Wherefore then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb.
Right. Wherefore then that's how brought me forth out of the womb. So he asking like, why was I even born? You feel me? Why was I even born? Like what Biggie Smalls, I always quote that because it was crazy because he was only 24 years old, but his album was called Ready to Die. You feel me? Tupac say he was thug life. He went to performing arts school, but Tupac say he thug life. He a gangster because we just be ready to die. We're going through so much stuff being, you feel me, God's chosen people and not even knowing it. You feel me? We're going through so much stuff that we just ready to die every day. That's why you get so high. You feel me? That's why it's high. That's why you get so high. That's why you're having sex with women that you know you ain't supposed to be having sex with. Because we just ready to die anyway. Because we can't understand why we was even brought forth out of the womb.
Oh, that I have given up the ghost, and no eye has seen.
Right. It would have been better if I just died in my mama's stomach. It would have been better if I just died in my mama's stomach and nobody seen me. You feel me? And speaking of dying in the stomach, who having more abortions than anybody? Black people. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians having 500,000 abortions a year. You feel me? We killing our babies. We don't even want the babies born into the world. I ain't got enough money. This is an evil world right now. Or the women want to live hot girl summer. You feel me? Real talk. We killing the babies in the womb.
Verse 19. I should have been as though I had not been.
Right. He said, I should have never even been here. I wish I never was born. You feel me? That's what Job said. Job said, man, I wish I was never born. You feel me? That's black people every day. Because we don't know what our purpose is. We don't even know the purpose of us being here. When really it's as simple as keeping the laws and commandments. Because that's something we never done. Something we never done, something we never wanted to do. Because we want to live like the heathens. Real talk.
I should have been carried from the womb to the grave.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He wish he never was born. Wish he died. Family, and that's us every day. Us every day getting high, selling drugs, pouring out the women, pimping the women pimping themselves now. What the sister named Glorilla Pimp? Say she got a membership at the abortion clinic. She said, I didn't even know you could have a membership. She said she got a membership at the abortion clinic. I'm like, good night. Real talk. I said, yeah, let's drop that. Let's go to 1 Peter's 4:16.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 16. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify God on his behalf.
Right. And that's because what we was talking about earlier, about the foolishness of God. You feel me? It's better than men. The weakness of God is stronger than men. And that's what Peter is saying, man, if you suffer as a Christian, which is basically talking about a follower of Christ, because this was a derogatory term that they called the brothers and sisters that follow Christ, called them Christians. This is not the Christians you know of today, because the Christians you know of today don't follow Christ. They don't believe in the Bible. They believe in whoever the pastor is in that church.
Verse 17. For the time has come, the judgment must begin at the house of God.
Right, and that's the point. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, the judgment is going to begin at the house of God. You feel me? Everything going to start with the house of God. You feel me? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. That's why we suffering the way we suffer. But the suffering is coming to everybody. All these nations of people, this BRICS currency, this all this summits they having, it's for nothing. I'm gonna just tell Putin that right now. You're doing all this for nothing. But I know the wisdom of God is foolishness to you. So Vladimir Putin looking at me like I'm an idiot. But because he got all these different countries, presidents and leaders coming to one room to discuss how to get rid of the American dollar. When you got me sitting here on the computer telling you you're doing it for nothing, you're wasting your time. You might as well just go be doing whatever you've been doing, do all the drugs, you feel me? Go have all the fun you want in your kingdom, because it's coming to nothing. Thus saith the Lord. That's just what's about to happen. The BRICS currency ain't none of that finna save these people for what's coming, because what they did to the house of God.
And if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
Right, and that's heavy though, because this is talking about the followers of Christ. You feel me? But in a manifold sense, what's gonna happen to the people that is not following God? You feel me? If we sitting here struggling, suffering, and we follow God, we sitting here going through judgments and we follow God, what's gonna happen to everybody else that don't? You feel me? You couldn't even imagine what's gonna happen. But it's in the Bible, but you think the Bible is foolish. Real talk.
Verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner be?
Right, and it say the righteous is scarcely saved. You feel me? It's not a lot. You feel me? There's not a lot of righteous people being saved. There ain't a lot of righteous people being saved. So what's gonna happen to the people that's wicked as hell? If every righteous person ain't even being saved. You feel me? Real talk.
Verse 19. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing as unto a faithful creator.
So Peter is basically saying, don't even worry about it. What's about to happen to these people that ain't serving God? Man, look, don't even worry about it. You just keep following God. You just keep committing to God. Because what's about to happen to these people that don't follow God, the people that's not on God's side, the people that came up against God's chosen people, man, look, you can't even imagine. You wouldn't even believe it. Real talk. So yeah, you could drop that. Let's go into the Apocrypha. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 33 and 10.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth.
Right, so right, so all men came from the ground, and Adam was created from the earth. Adam was created from a low state. You feel me? Real talk. Adam was a spiritual creation, not a physical. We're going all the way to 15.
Verse 11. And much knowledge the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse.
So all the people was made physically the same way, but Adam was separated. You feel me? Adam was separated because he got the truth. Everybody else didn't have the truth. This is how it's always been. You feel me? For everybody that want everybody to be together, and you can't understand how God hates a certain people, this is how it's always been. You feel me? The Lord divided them and made their ways diverse, which is different. Made their ways different. We don't do the same thing the white people do. You feel me? Some jokes the white people make, we would never make. Some food white people make, we would never cook. You feel me? Our ways is just different. Everything we do is the way we walk, the way we talk. Everything we do is just different. And that's how the Lord wanted it to be.
Verse 12. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, And some of them he sanctified.
Right, right. Some people is he blessed and he raised up high, and some he sanctified
and set near himself.
Right, and that's the thing. Okay, you got these Arab countries, you got Iran, you got Ethiopia, you got Egypt, you got all these countries, the European Union, and you know they got wealth. You feel me? They prospering. But then you got somebody that's sanctified and that's near himself. But you wouldn't think that it's the people that's poor in the ghetto. You know why you wouldn't? Because the wisdom of this world will tell you that having money means you blessed. You got to have money to be blessed. You got to have a nice car. You got to have a big house, or the Lord is not on your side. But you never thought once that maybe that's Satan giving you them blessings. Because Satan can bless you too. But it's one group of people that he sanctified, he put in himself. It's talking about blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians.
But some of them had be cursed and brought low and turned out of their place.
Right, and some he have cursed, you feel me, and brought low. All these people that's not God's chosen people is cursed. They don't look like it now because we at the bottom. When we get at the top, you feel me, you will see that these people is cursed. You feel me? They don't have the skills, the gifts that we got. You feel me? Because we got the beauty of the Lord on our side, and they don't have nothing.
Verse 13, as the clay in the potter's hand, to fashion it as his pleasure.
Right, and that's just like somebody that's like make pots and different stuff out of clay. You can make it however you want.
So man is in the hand of him that made him.
Right, and that's talking about how God, basically, he can choose who he like and who he don't like. You feel me? Real talk.
To render to them as liketh him best. Verse 14, good is set against evil, and life against death.
Right, and that's the truth. Good is set up against evil. That's how it goes. Good people don't like evil people. Evil people don't like good people. You feel me? So you sitting there thinking that the white man is good and you evil, when it's really the opposite. That's why he came up with all these different laws, all this crafty counsel to make you seem like you're the criminal, like you the evil one, when really is him.
So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Right.
Verse 15, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two, one against the other.
Right, one against the other. You feel me? The Lord made evil people, he made good people, and they is against each other, and it's happening still right now. Ain't nothing never changed. It's just, the only problem is you was taught that you the evil one, and that the so-called white man is a good one. You was the one that taught that the so-called white man features is good, and that's what you should strive to be like, when really is yours. You got all the dominant traits. He got all the recessive traits, like real talk. Yeah, so let's drop that. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
Come. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right, now Adam, which is what we were just reading about, Adam was the first man in the truth, and he became Lord over all the creatures. You feel me? Him and all the people that was chosen. You feel me? So why is somebody chosen? Because the Lord picks a certain group of people and another group of people that he don't. You feel me? It say we all come from Adam. The ones that was chosen and the ones that wasn't. Because that's what God do. He picked a certain group of people that he wants to rule.
Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Right, and that's what the Ezra is saying. He said, you made us the world for our sake. You feel me? Ezra was a prophet that was real skeptical. He was trying to figure out, why is this happening? Why is this happening to us? You feel me? And that's what you should do, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You should start wondering. That's where everything started. Once you start wondering, how did this happen to you? You will start figuring out who you are. You start figuring out that you the people of the Bible. You the greatest people that ever walked the face of the earth. That's what you'll start to realize, like Ezra did, when you start wondering, why is this happening? You hear me?
Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come from Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
Right, and that's the truth. You feel me? These other people that come from Adam, they nothing. You feel me? If you're not Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, this is what the Bible say, that you are nothing.
But be like unto spittle.
Right, be like unto spittle, be like spit. You feel me? You like spit. Spit coming out your mouth is not going to make you thirsty. You feel me? You can be thirsty and still spit because it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. And that's what these other nations is to the Most High. They nothing.
I had likened the abundance of them unto a drop that followed from a vessel.
Right. He giving another metaphor about the heathen nations. You feel me? That's not Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That they like a drop of water that fall out a bucket. It's nothing. You didn't even notice it. You feel me? He don't even know that. That's why when they went to war, I think 80 million people died in World War I. Nobody even care no more. Nobody even care. Because they are nothing.
Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing.
Right. So these people that's come from Adam that's not nothing
have begun to be lords over us and devour.
And that's the point. You feel me? These heathen nations that's nothing, somehow they keep getting to the point where they can become lords over us and destroy us. How does that keep happening? You feel me? Who does that keep happening to? It keep happening to Black people, the Spanish and Native Indians. How do we keep happening? Because we ain't serving the Lord. We ain't serving the Lord. Nobody is trying to even do that. You keep trying to find financial ways, you feel me, to get the white man foot off your neck. That's not going to happen. You feel me? It's not going to happen. He's not giving you your own section of the country for you to run. It's not going to happen. You feel me? You got a whole land that somebody else is living in, and that's where it's going to happen at. And that's talking about Israel, and not just the little state of Israel. It's most of the Middle East is the land of Israel. All right, so yeah, we could drop that. Let's go to John 15 and 17.
The book of John, chapter 15, verse 17. These things I command you, that you love one another.
Right, and that's the point. That's why I said that's what Christ died for, brotherhood, man. You feel me? That's what's gonna help us keep these commandments. You feel me? That's where it's gonna start at. Loving Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. That's how it's going to start.
Verse 18. For if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you.
Right, because they going out to teach what he taught. You feel me? They getting ready. He ain't dead yet, but they going out to teach what he taught. You feel me? So he's letting them know that they not gonna like this, what you about to say. Them people out there, they are in the world. And they not gonna like this stuff you about to be saying, all this stuff you about to be dropping. They don't want to hear it. But no, it ain't because of you. It's because they hated me. They hate me. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians hate the Most High in Christ. That's why we in the situation we in. That's why we can't get out of the situation we in, because we hate the Most High in Christ. We don't want to follow Christ. We want to follow the heathens.
Verse 19. If you were of the world will love its own.
Right, and that's a fact. If you was of the world will love you. If we was in the world, people would love us. But because we not in the world and we telling people that what they doing in the world is stupid, it's dumb, they don't want to listen.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chose you out of the world.
Right, and that's the thing. That's what Christ did. You feel me? Everybody that's serving the Lord right now, the Christ chose you out of the world. Real talk. Your spirit that's inside of you was handpicked because once upon a time, through reincarnation, this ain't a reincarnation class, but through reincarnation, you feel me? You was here before, you rolled with the priests and prophets at one point. You rolled with the priests and prophets at one point. You helped the priests and prophets. Something happened to where that spirit is in you now. Christ chose you again. You feel me? Real talk.
Therefore, the world hated thee.
Right. And anybody that's serving the Lord truly, it ain't the world gonna hate you. They're gonna hate you. Real talk. All right. So yeah, you could drop that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 7:7. You go. You have something?
Yeah, come. So I just want to say, mate, sir, that was so heavy what you bringing out. Because you could be a Muslim, you could be a goddamn Pan-African, you could be a 5%, but nobody cares.
Oh no, stop. Nope. They ain't even paying attention.
They don't hate you, they don't bother you, they don't. You can't folks still come around you. And,
well,
but you give me UPK, everybody.
Yeah. Sisters start wearing the head right. They're like, what, you a Muslim? All smile. As soon as you say, no, I'm Israelite. Now it's frowns. You hear me? Now they frowning up. Like, oh, I thought you was a Muslim. Nah, not real talk.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
Right, and that's another thing black people got to stop doing. Another thing we got to stop doing. We got to stop thinking that the Lord chose us because we can jump through the sky and dunk. You hear me? They think that he picked Michael Jordan because of Michael Jordan is great. You hear me? That's what black people think. Black people think that all the amazing stuff we do, you feel me, it's just because it's our own will. When the Bible is saying that the Lord didn't even choose us because we was more in number.
You were fewest of all people.
Right, we was the fewest of all people. We was last. The Africans been here. They had countries flourishing. You feel me? All these nations, they been here. We was late to the party. Real talk. We the fewest of all the people.
Verse 8. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your father. Right, but
that's why blacks, especially we the best at everything. That's why even though we suffering in the ghettos, somehow we ain't the ones leading in suicide. You would think we was the ones leading in all the suicidal death. We not. You feel me? You would think that though. Like real talk. We all locked up in prison. We still prospering somehow. How is it happening? There's only one reason all this could happen. They've done every law, every test on us to destroy us, but somehow we still here. It's because the Lord loved us. You feel me? He had an oath with our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Real talk.
Had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Right, and that's what happened. The Lord, he brought us out of slavery. You feel me? Because he loved us, not because we was mightier, we was the best nation. We weren't even the most numbered. You feel me? He did it because he had a covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's what's happening right now. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. We're going to be saved out of this place, not because of Michael Jordan or LeBron James. It's going to be because, he had a covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But yeah, that's in tonight's class. You feel me? Tune in every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tune in Wednesday night for the podcast. You feel me? I'm going to pass a class over the precinct officer. Oh, my.
Security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're there to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must give permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes a commandment. Numbers 8:21, Malachi 3:8-10, a tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. The closing of the Feast Tabernacles, Thursday, October 24th. With that, we'll do one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah, Gotcha. Ty, class dismissed.